What happens when college teams don't just play to win, but to destroy each other's legacies? From a coach being shoved mid-court, to a last-second miracle that shattered a championship dream. These aren't just games, they're battles that would define seasons, legacies, and even careers. In this video, we will look at the most insane and unforgettable moments in college sports rivalries that left everyone asking, did that just happen? November 30th, 2013, Auburn versus Alabama, the Iron Bowl. No one saw it coming, but that's what made it unforgettable. Both teams are tied, and with just 1 second left on the clock, they're set to kick a 57-yard field goal. A field goal, an intense play to seal the game. All Auburn needs is to stand still and hope for a miss. But what happens next is pure chaos. The ball is snapped, the kick is up, but it's no good. Instead of simply falling to the ground like most missed field goals, the ball ricochets right into the hands of Auburn's Chris Davis, standing near the goal line. Davis doesn't hesitate. He turns and takes off. What follows next is one of the wildest plays in college football history. As the clock hits 0, Davis starts running 109 yards of pure heart-pounding chaos, dodging Alabama defenders who are trying to stop him. No one can catch him. He crosses the end zone and Auburn's sideline erupts. A missed field goal turned into a legendary play that would go down in history, securing a 34-28 victory for Auburn. The kick six became the symbol of the Auburn-Alabama rivalry, a reminder that in college football, anything can happen in the final seconds. March 28, 1992, the East Regional Final. The game is tied. With just seconds left, Duke's Christian Laettner has the ball in his hands. This is the moment he's been dreaming of, and every Duke fan is holding their breath. The stakes couldn't be higher. It's Duke versus Kentucky, a battle for a spot in the Final Four, and the tension could cut through glass. Laettner receives an inbounds pass, and time seems to slow. He takes one dribble, spins, and releases a turnaround jumper. The ball is in the air, traveling toward the hoop, and in those final moments, the entire crowd freezes. As the buzzer sounds, the ball swishes through the net. Laettner's shot lifts Duke to a 104-103 victory, and it's immortalized as one of the greatest plays in basketball history. Kentucky players are left in disbelief. For Laettner, it's the perfect way to cement his legacy. Clutch under pressure. A player who never backed down when it counted the most. The shot sealed Duke's path to the Final Four, and the Laettner shot became a symbol of college basketball's magic. From basketball's buzzer beaters to an epic clash of football's top two teams, get ready for the game of the century and a battle that changed college football forever. November 23rd, 1984, and the stage is set. Miami, ranked number 1 in the nation, is dominating the game against Boston College. But Doug Flutie, the undersized quarterback with a chip on his shoulder, isn't ready to back down. With just seconds left on the clock and Boston College trailing by 4, Flutie drops back, steps into a throw, and lets it fly. 48 yards. It's a desperation throw, but Flutie's magic is in the air. The ball is headed straight toward Gerard Phelan, who jumps into the air. Does he have it? The crowd holds its breath. And then, yes! Phelan catches it in the end zone as time expires. Boston College wins 47-45. The Hail Mary play sent shockwaves through college football, and Doug Flutie's Heisman campaign skyrocketed after the game. The beauty of the play wasn't just the athleticism, but the raw emotion of the moment. A quarterback no one thought could compete with the giants of college football had just pulled off one of the greatest upsets in the history of the sport. From one iconic play to another, now let's dive into the controversy and chaos of the Bush Push, where USC's Reggie Bush made his mark in college football history in ways nobody expected. October 15, 2005. USC's Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush were about to make history, but not in the way most expected. The Trojans were down 31-28 with just 30 seconds left in one of college football's biggest rivalries. USC versus Notre Dame. Leinart is scrambling, looking for a way to score. As he dives toward the goal line, Reggie Bush, who's supposed to be on the sidelines, makes an illegal move. Bush pushes Leinart from behind, helping him cross the line for the game-winning touchdown. The controversy? The push was illegal. But the officials didn't call it, and USC secured a 34-31 win. The moment sparked massive debate. Was it the right call, or did USC cheat their way to victory? Regardless of the controversy, it became one of the defining moments of the USC-Notre Dame rivalry, and the Bush push lives on in college football lore. Reggie Bush's name is forever tied to that game, and while some still argue about the legality of the play, it was a moment that left everyone talking. What happens when two teams face off in a rivalry that ends in a historic, controversial tie? Stay tuned for one of the greatest football games of all time. One of the greatest college football players ever. And a mistake that cost his team dearly. In 1984, Auburn's Bo Jackson was already considered a college football legend, dominating with speed, strength, and raw athleticism. But even the greats can have a moment that haunts them forever. During the Iron Bowl that year, with Auburn trailing Alabama 17-15 in the final minutes, Jackson had the ball and everything seemed set up for a heroic, game-winning play. But in a shocking twist, Jackson ran in the wrong direction. It wasn't some minor slip-up, it was a full-blown mistake that led to a turnover. Jackson had taken the handoff, but somehow, on a crucial fourth down play, he began running toward the wrong end zone. It wasn't until he was tackled by his own teammates that the confusion was realized, and Auburn's hopes of pulling off an upset were dashed. The 17-15 loss stung, especially for Jackson, who had become a Heisman frontrunner by that point. But no matter how many records Jackson would break in his career, he would always be reminded of that one moment when he ran the wrong way. And the result would live on forever as one of the most infamous blunders in college football history. It's the kind of upset that leaves college football fans scratching their heads for years. December 1st, 2007, West Virginia was ranked number 2, and a victory against Pitt would secure their place in the national championship game. But as every college football fan knows, things don't always go according to plan in these bitter rivalries. What started as a normal backyard brawl quickly spiraled into one of the most shocking outcomes in the history of the rivalry. Unranked Pitt, with nothing to lose, came out firing and fought West Virginia toe-to-toe. Despite the Mountaineers' best efforts, they could not break through Pitt's defense, and the game came down to the final minutes. With a 13-9 lead, Pitt's defense held strong, and West Virginia's dreams of a national championship were shattered right in front of their fans. The upset was more than just a loss. It was the death knell to a season that had seemed like a surefire path to glory. West Virginia had it all but wrapped up, and the last-minute heartbreak left fans stunned and devastated. For Pitt, it was a signature moment, derailing a top team's dreams while further cementing the intensity of the backyard brawl. From one heartbreaker to another, wait until you hear about the Bluegrass Miracle, where LSU snatched victory from the jaws of defeat in the most dramatic way imaginable. One of the craziest finishes ever. You'll never believe how this one ends. November 9th, 2002. Kentucky had LSU on the ropes. With just 18 seconds left, Kentucky was ahead 30-27, and LSU seemed to be out of chances. But then, LSU quarterback Marcus Randall dropped back to pass one final time. He threw a desperate heave, 74 yards down the field. The entire stadium thought it was over, with Kentucky fans already celebrating their win. But as the ball flew toward the end zone, LSU's Devery Henderson made an unbelievable catch, securing the touchdown as time expired. The Bluegrass Miracle had just unfolded, and LSU snatched a 33-30 victory in the most dramatic fashion possible. The Kentucky fans were in disbelief. What seemed like a guaranteed win had turned into one of the most shocking finishes in college football history. For LSU, it was a moment of triumph, proving that in college football, miracles happen when you least expect them. From miracles to madness, stay tuned for the next rivalry moment, where history was made in a truly unexpected way.